Hello again. Time for another Deadpan Diaries. I suppose in this one, it's pretty specific. I'm gonna be doing a unwrapping. Hold on just a minute. I did not do my usual stance at my chair. Doing it a little different. Doing an unwrapping video of these WCW cards from 1991. I got from Amazon. Now there's 12 full color cards in here. I wasn't really watching too much WCW 91 because I was like 5 and I didn't have cable. I must have seen like some syndicated shows or something because I know I had some of the cards, or maybe because I was watching. I bet maybe it was like in my grandpa's house. I remember watching WWF. At the time, my grandpa had cable and when I didn't have cable, so maybe that's where I saw it. But I know I was a fan of Stinger, of Sid, and I had like Flair, Pillman. So let's see how these look. See what we pull. You probably can find some if you want some right now on Amazon for like $7.99. They're not very expensive. Let's see. I do like the color of them. I don't expect these to be worth anything, like they're probably not worth a whole lot. That's fine. I'm just doing it for another thrill. And just because why not? I have a little fun here. See things a little differently. So let's open these up. I like already we can see like it's kind of like an old school 90s feel to them, like the way it rips open. Alright, so let's see. First off, I see one person already. I don't think I had these. I had the black and gold layered ones. Okay, I'm trying to open it so I can actually put them back in the package out there because it's a pretty cool pack. I remember these. So we got Steiner Brothers. It just shows Rick, which is kind of weird because it's Steiner Brothers. He's doing a headlock in there. There's Rick and Scott in the back. If you can read that, there's a brief little story about him. We got already see the next one. A guy I'm a big fan of, and that's Flying Brian. Brian Pillman, great dude. Rest in peace, Brian Pillman. Cool little card. We have another guy who's passed away who is not. Okay, how do you got here? Pretty famous, but someone I'm a big fan of. That's El Gigante, aka Giant Gonzalez. Yeah, he had a run WCW for WWF for the match, the feud with Taker. And he is in a Baywatch episode too, of that. And I always heard he was a good guy, and I like his ring gear. He has a really cool WWF theme. If you want to check it out. Yeah, and I think he's in a War Games match where he's pretty good in the War Games. I might be misremembered. There were so many War Games from the 90s. It's hard to get. There's 12 cards in here, by the way. It's starting to get hard to get these out. Hold on. I can tell you the next one. Man, I never heard of him. This is Doom. This is Team Doom. You might have heard of them. This is Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. They were a tag team in the early 90s, WCW. They were, in fact, the first black tag team to win the tag title, the WCW tag titles. Pretty cool, dudes. Of course, they'd go on, they'd both, especially Ron Simmons, go on to greater success after that. Another tag team, pretty down. And we got copies here. Hold on just a minute. So we got some copies. Whoa. Another Flying Brian. If I knew some homies that like Flying Brian, I'd probably give Brian. Have some homies like Wrestle, I don't know. I mean, they're cool with Brian Pillman, so maybe you'd like it. We got an Arn Anderson enforcer here, doing it in the wrist lock. I like the color, kind of the Saved by the Bell style kind of schemes, like the way they look. Very 90s. If you never lived in the 90s, at least in America, that's kind of like a scheme we had a lot. There's a checklist here of different stuff, and there's several Tommy Rich and Ricky Morton and Steiner Brothers and Freebirds. So we're getting an idea. Missy Hyatt's, Teddy Long. We have a weird one here of I pulled the wrong one. Hold on, it's kind of stuck. Hold on, just. Yeah, some of these cards, they kind of stick together. This is the Southern Boys. I believe this is, no, it's Tracy Smothers, Steve Armstrong. I believe that's Tracy? Yeah, it's Tracy. The team that, was around this team in early 90s WCW. I don't think the team much outside of it. Steve Armstrong, probably, he's one of the brothers of Road Dogg, one of the Armstrong brothers. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We got Ric Flair. For us, they're a pretty good team. If you've never seen them, look them up. Ric Flair, the green robe. This is a robe they put in some games. I know. I like this robe. Stuff on the back. They have some things like motto stuff, where it says I'm the latest and the greatest. I don't remember him saying that, but yeah, of course, Kingpin WCW. As he would have been in time. And you got Sid Vicious doing a really weird like move. He's doing a choke, but he's leaning on the rope. I guess he's like putting extra pressure. Sid Vicious is cool. And he's a 4 horseman here. It talks about that in the back here. And yeah, pretty cool. I think this is 91. He would have been like probably on the way to WWF not long after this. Anyway, unfortunately, we get 2 repeats of Ric Flair and the Southern Boys. Oh wait, no, this is different. So this is a different. I might have to check that Brian Pillman because yeah, this Southern Boys. This is Steve Armstrong. So hold on, make sure because I am not too bright sometimes. Is that? Hold on. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, they are different. So yeah, you have. Oh, they're both Armstrong, but they're both like different styles of Armstrong. Let me see this Flying Brian for a minute, because Flying Brian might be a different. Yeah, it's different because he's jumping here, and in this one, he's doing the crossbody. It's pretty cool. So we have Flair, another one where he's doing the figure 4, and there's talking about in the back, like about the figure 4 leg lock. These Brian Pillman say something different. Yeah, these are a bit different. They're talking about his flying body press. So I guess some are like the boobs. This is the Armstrong. Yeah, it talks about Bullet Bob and Brad. And this one just talks about the team. So yeah, it's kind of cool if there's differences in how they are. So I like what I pulled there. It's a nice little trip through memory lane, if you will. Pretty cool stuff. The doubles weren't exactly doubles. They're different. So, you know, for $8, that's cool. They look pretty good. Have a very 90s smell to them, so you can smell like the kind of like cardboardy. So, you know, I dig it. It's alright. Shouts out Southern Boys. That's a team that don't get shouted out enough. Or Doom for that matter. Doom's pretty cool. So, anyway, thanks for watching the video. Do something a little different here. And I'll have a new video up soon where it'll be a little more serious. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. And have a great day.